Now to the women. At number 5, Mandy Rhodes. Yes, this is a bit more of a wild theory. Was she actually released? Is it a work, or was she released and then they made up and got her back in and no one knows? And the plan is to come in the Rumble, potentially near the end, maybe 30, and win the match because she's over now. The fans want her back. She had an absolutely phenomenal run in NXT, and I would dig her facing either Belair or Blitz or Charlotte Flair in one of the women's main events at WrestleMania. I really would dig that. I think the fans would be over it, but it's a theory right now. There's no guarantee. I'm just trying to put it out there. At number 4 is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's had a great year this year. I know people will criticise her title run, but she still had a fantastic year. She's still over the crowd. I think she needs another title shot. She needs to be booked properly and the crowd will stick with her. She's definitely going to be someone that's going to be in the match for a long time. I expect her to be in the final 3 or 4, maybe in the final 2, and she does have the opportunity to win it. And why I think she is one of the favourites for me and why she's one of the 5 is because I think she could face Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. I think that's a match we haven't seen before, and I think Triple H is over. Triple H knows that Liv Morgan's over, and obviously Charlotte Flair might want the match. So you got to accept Liv Morgan is one of the favourites and definitely someone who could win it. Number 3, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, for me, is only getting mentioned because it's Becky Lynch. She's probably going to be the biggest star in the match. She's the biggest, probably most over wrestler in the women's division. She's been for a long time now. She can play face or heel. She's currently a face. But the problem with this is I can't see her facing Belair. I don't know Belair's going to drop the title to Bliss, so I can't see her winning it because I don't think they're going to do her versus Charlotte. She's one of the favourites and a possible winner because she's Becky Lynch. And if Ronda Rousey gets the title back before WrestleMania, then maybe she does win it. But we don't know yet because Charlotte Flair still holds it. I just don't see that being a match at WrestleMania. So even though she's in the top 3, I'm not convinced, but I can't rule it out because she's a massive star and she's always going to be one of the clear favourites for this match. Number 2, another one that might come left field, it's Lita. Hear me out. Lita was in the Rumble last year. She had a stare down with Charlotte Flair. She then went to Saudi Arabia and tore the house down against Becky Lynch, had an absolutely amazing match, and there was a lot of reports saying that she's not done yet and she wants to continue and have another big match, potentially another run. Now, who's the SmackDown Women's Champion? Charlotte Flair. So, is Lita going to come back as a shock entrance and shock the world and win the Royal Rumble? I'm not 100% certain, but I can't rule it out. No one else seems to be thinking about it. This is me having a little theory. And again, maybe another fantasy book. But at number 2, Lita. And at number 1, yeah, it's another obvious one, but she's probably the favourite. Like Cody Rhodes, everyone's been mentioning Rhea Ripley. She had that stare downs with Bianca Belair. They were the final 2 a few years ago, and she's on fire at the moment. She's doing some of her best work without actually wrestling that much. She's over. The crowd love her, even though she's the heel. And she's going to be the strong favourite. Though, there is some business with Beth Phoenix. She's going to come back at some point. Does she come back to screw her over and make sure she doesn't win? Or is she going to be a challenger and maybe the event after WrestleMania? Or even are they going to save that match for maybe SummerSlam? It will all be told. But even with that said, I can see her facing Belair at WrestleMania. It makes sense. It's the clear match. They've teased it. It'd be silly if they don't go and pull the trigger. So, number 1 would be Rhea Ripley. So Mandy Rhodes at 5, at 4 Liv Morgan, at 3 Becky Lynch, at 2 Lita, and number 1 is going to be Rhea Ripley. They're the 5 most likely winners of the Women's Royal Rumble. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like and subscribe. Got plenty of more football and of course wrestling videos to come on, and Royal Rumbles this Saturday. Tell me what you think. If you think I'm wrong here, please put it in the comments. But for now, that's my 5 most possible winners for the men's and women's Royal Rumble for 2023.